The Sony Xperia Z Ultra, an undeniable powerhouse when it comes to the screen, the processor, the specs, but the camera has been a bit of a letdown, or at least a lot of people have been grumping about it, given the fact it's 8 megapixels with no flash. We're here to show you what 8 megapixels with no flash actually means and ways that you can get around this fact. We're going to start off with the Superior Automatic mode, and Superior Auto is going to make a whole bunch of decisions for you. If we pull up close, for example, to an object, we can see it's jumped straight into macro. If we pull away, we can see it's going to pull out of macro and take a general shooting approach to the picture. If we just shoot the white background, it thinks we're going to shoot a document. So it's really, really smart just figuring out the best settings to take the picture with. In addition to that, tap on the intelligent Superior Auto mode button and you can see the rest of the shooting modes available. You've got normal, video camera, burst mode, picture effect, sweep panorama, scene selection, front camera and front video. If we jump into normal and we take a shot with a slightly lower ISO, we can manually tweak the ISO to give it as little noise as possible, so it's going to perform relatively well in low lighting. We can also shoot an HDR shot, high dynamic range, so we can get detail through from darks right through to lights. You have to hold your hand very still for this, but once you do, the shots look really charming. Tweaking exposure value, white balance, and a whole host of other things will help you also get the best out of your shot. If we jump through to the picture effects, we can actually see a great way of masking low light shots. Despite not having any flash, if you grab a noisy shot, you can cover it up pretty easily. This isn't going to be one for the hardcore photographers out there, but definitely people who just want recreational shooting. A shot like this will be more than adequate shared to a social network, and it'll also be quite charming as well. You can see that looks pretty neat, giving that hand-drawn sketch impression. If we jump out of that, we can choose from a range of other picture effects, including nostalgic miniature, vivid, filter, fisheye, sketch, partial color, Harris, shutter, and kaleidoscope. But we're not done. We're almost done. But when it comes to just key detail from that 8 megapixel camera, it's actually pretty impressive. Despite having less megapixels than the Sony Xperia Z, Sony's prior flagship, the Xperia Z Ultra's 8 megapixel camera can pull out more detail. Pulling in close to this Sony insignia, for example, we can take a picture, slightly handshaky, so don't expect too much fantasticness, but you can see you've got a really, really respectable amount of detail in there. If we swap out to the Sony Xperia Z and take the same picture, we can. First one was out of focus, so let's pull back a bit. There you go. Firstly, it's slower to take, so the pictures take longer to actually fire because of the fact you have this slower processor, but it doesn't actually pull out more detail, and the reasoning for this is that the Sony Xperia Z over-processes images, killing some of that fundamental detail that is why you even have 13 megapixels on there to begin with. So if you're bummed about the fact you've got an 8 megapixel camera, don't be. If you're bummed about the fact you don't have a flash, there are ways around it. Admittedly, the Xperia Z will be better for nighttime when you do need that flash, but this isn't a lost cause by any means. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been Basil with Recombu, taking a look at the Xperia Z Ultra's camera user interface and ways you can get the best out of it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like, and if you like this channel, click subscribe.